How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the vlogs. For those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is roo.say. I'm a big car enthusiast. I love cars. I did like riding until obviously I got in my accident. That's what I vlogged most of the time before getting the VB. But for those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is roo.say. I've owned a few cars in the past. I've owned a 2017 WRX. Traded that in for a 2020 STI, and then traded that in for the new 2021 Supra. And then after owning cars for a minute or two, I ended up wanting to try something new, so I got into motorcycles. I've gotten a 06 Gixxer 600, an 06 750 Gixxer, and then after that finally an 07 CBR 600, which I unfortunately wrecked and no longer have. So now I'm back in the VB WRX and giving this thing a try, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit since I've only owned it for less than a week now, and I wanted to go over some major differences that I've already noticed about this car and the V8 WRX that I used to own. Even like comparing this car to the new or not the new, but the STI even, because honestly this thing is really smooth, and I was quite surprised. I guess my expectations weren't so high on this car since I had like not so much of a great experience owning the V8 WRX, since those things have really bad fall off in the high end, as well as really bad rev hang. And honestly, it wasn't a very great driving experience. Even though it was a manual, it was not a very fun driving experience to me. But this car honestly changes my mind about it like crazy, because this thing,
in 1.3 miles,
like,
turn right onto
they fixed a lot of stuff about this thing. The biggest, obviously, biggest difference is it has the FA24 motor in it, so a little bit bigger than obviously the FA20. And the biggest difference that I've noticed so far for this car is how well the power comes on, I guess. It comes on a lot later than the older.
Turn right onto Hamisher Road.
It comes on a little later than the V8WRX, meaning for the older WRXs, or at least for the VAs, it would hit full boost at like 3, and then it would fall off at like 5, like really early, and it would kind of just be just a flat, non-linear power spike, I guess you could say. But for this car, it almost feels like an STI where the power comes on a little bit later, but when you do hit full boost, it kind of just keeps chugging. And that's like the best way I could describe this car. When it does get into boost, it's just kind of like, it just kind of pulls all the way through the RPMs. This car doesn't have very much rev hang like the other WRX did. It falls down pretty quick. It took a bit, it took some time for me to get used to, coming from an old 93 Civic. But once you get used to it, it falls down pretty fast. Not like super fast, but the difference is noticeable compared to the V8 WRX. And I know I talked about this in the last video, where I wasn't a huge fan of this car, honestly. When I first saw like what this car looked like with all the plastic and all the cladding that people call it, I've had a change of heart of what I thought about this car. And you know, there's companies out there like Airflow Dynamics that sell aftermarket parts for this car. Yeah, there's a highway patrol right there, brother. That sell aftermarket parts for all the cladding on the side that is paint matched and everything, and just makes the car look like such a different car, and it looks so much better. And after just seeing that by itself, I was just kind of sold on the thought of, yeah, this car has a lot of potential, and not a lot of people really have that vision with this car. And like I said, I did not like this car when it first came out. When I first saw it, even on the streets, I was like, oh my gosh, that car is hideous. But after some time and some just doing some searches of what it looks like with being lowered, and even getting new wheels and all that, and just like small stuff like that just makes this car look like a night and day difference. Another thing, I think the interior of this car is pretty nice. I mean, it could be a lot better, but you have everything that you need pretty much. Obviously, your front gauge, your tachometer, your speedometer, all that stuff. The boost gauge is in the middle of the middle of your face this time, rather than having it somewhere over here like the other WRX had it, and the STI. And then you have a big screen here, which a lot of people actually don't like, but I don't really care for it because it's just a screen. I mean, I guess there's less buttons, but what buttons would you need? You have like your air conditioning, your volume button, and then that's pretty much it. Like, there's not much. Like, I guess you can't push a button to put the defrosters on, but I mean, or you can, but I guess to change it for it to hit your feet or your face, but like, you know, that stuff doesn't really bother me, and all that. Obviously, I got it in manual. I mean, if you're not getting this car in a manual, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm still in the braking period of the car, but I'll show you guys a little juice with this car. So like I said, it doesn't hit full boost until like 3,000. That's like the sweet spot of where it actually hits full boost. But obviously, like I said, this thing is quick for what it is. Like, nothing compared to the old WRX at all. This car drives so well. The suspension is pretty stiff. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've never drove a brand new WRX. I've obviously drove a brand new STI, and I could say that the suspension on that car is pretty crazy good. This car feels really good also in the corners and everything. It feels super solid. Obviously, there's a little body roll, but what do you expect from just a stock car? There's always going to be that body roll, unless you get aftermarket suspension or coils or whatever. So, but honestly, I'm planning on dailying this car, and as a daily, this car is a solid car. You get a manual, you get fun boost that's not overwhelming, that's just fun to use. I would say it's harder to get into full boost if you're just doing normal city driving, because like I said, you have to get higher into the RPMs to hit full boost. But other than that, it's a great car to take to them. I am so tired of you talking. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today. I just wanted to give you guys like my little opinions on the WRX for owning it for only less than a week. Just wanted to give you guys some insight of what you would expect if you were thinking of buying this car, and just my overall opinion. I think it's a great car. If you're looking to buy the car, I think you guys should do your own research beforehand, obviously, to see if this is the right car for you. If you're looking to just daily it, I think it's still a great car. But also, if you're looking to have fun with it and do mods and, you know, just be a car guy, I think this is also a great platform to even start on, because it's such an easy car to drive. It's got enough power for you to enjoy for the time being. And obviously, if you wanted to be quicker, I've seen people, and I've heard of people pushing this car up to, you know, 350 up to 400 to the wheels without any problems. Besides the transmission, that's probably the weakest part of the car is the transmission. A lot of people do STI swaps, I guess. And yeah, because like I said, it's a brand new motor. It's an FA24 motor, so it's a lot beefier than the FA20, which is pretty fragile, and you couldn't really do too much in the car unless you wanted it to blow up. But I've heard people just push 350 to 400 and have zero issues with the car, so that's also really nice to hear. So in the future, if I ever am wanting to go more power, I could do it without having to worry about having any issues or anything. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching my video. I'm so happy to be inside another car again. I'm so happy to vlog like this. Honestly, I enjoy talking to a camera a lot more because it feels just more personal to me. Just it feels like I'm actually talking to you guys rather than just blabbering when I was just talking in my helmet and stuff. So yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.